And the Oscar goes to me for hosting the biggest Irish YouTube event in history. But I'm gonna go over the 10 top things myself and Dara Ta learned from running this big. Number 1, find a venue early. We were originally booked in for a place in Temple Bar. Realized quickly that it wasn't going to accommodate the amount of people that we thought we could fit. When it comes to venues, if it's your first one, people are generally going to shaft it on the price. And it's nice to have the certainty to know where you're going to hold it and how many tickets you need to sell to break even. Which is point number 2, try not to lose money. When we factored in costs for the first event, it was going to cost us around €1,600 for the venue, with everything from insurance, the room rental, AV, all that jazz. But we could only seat about 120 people. And at that point, we were going to price tickets at €10. So working out the maths there, at a minimum, if we sold everything, we were going to lose €500.
The prophecy is true.
So instead what we did was we moved to Tramline. The cost went down marginally, but we had a much bigger venue to deal with. Number 3, when you're doing sales, have tiered ticketing. We started off with, we gave certain people who DM'd us early access to tickets, and then from there it went to general admission, the price went up, and then the price went up again to late tickets. And it just gives people an incentive to buy, because if you have a flat rate, there's really no incentive for you to get it now. The purpose of tiered ticketing is that if you get it now, you get it cheaper than if you wait till later. Number 4, stress about the details. Event management, I do it in work all the time. It's incredibly tedious because if you go to an event and it runs really well, you won't really notice what could have gone wrong, but it's those events where people don't have access to toilets, stuff like there isn't enough water.
Billy called and said, Andy, we need you to take one big thing for the team.
So you really have to map out the project to the best of your ability and go through the day in your head and try and figure out exactly what could go wrong and make sure you're ticking off all those boxes. Sales aren't stressful when you have a loyal fan base. So we were really focused on building out an event that the audience who watch our videos would love. And as a result, the tickets were snapped up like that. We sold out the venue, it's about 200 people in capacity, in 72 hours, purely through Instagram and YouTube.
Guess who just sold out, baby?
There'd been a small meetup in summer 2017, 10 people showed up. Cal and Sean did another one in summer 2018, 50 to 100 people showed up. 300 people showed up for Jaffaman's meetup in October, and it just made sense for the next step to be a paid event where we could just provide more entertainment to this group of people who just love to come see us in person. It's a momentous day for all of us. It is. It's mad to think that a year and a bit ago, about 4 people showed up to a summer meetup, and now 151 people have come to Tramline. So I think I'm on point number 7, be creative. YouTube events are generally pretty shit. If anybody's been to VidCon, you just go up, watch people on stage, mingle around, maybe get some free food, and then you take pictures with creators. What we did with Clash of the Clickbait was created a game show based around our videos. We just tried to make it that little bit better than anything they would have experienced before. And as a result, on the day, even though it was stressful for us trying to perform, people who were there thought it was great. It was something they hadn't seen before, and ultimately it was very engaging. Delegate. One of the biggest problems we had, or things that myself and Dara didn't do well, was delegate tasks. The reason why we did it is because we wanted to get a good scope for all the different things you'd need to do in an event, because it was our first one. But if I was to go back and do it again, I would have set out core roles and responsibilities that people could engage with, and I would just focus on what I was good at. So for example, you get someone to deal with the back end, which is like the venue and the logistics. You get someone to deal with volunteers, someone to deal with sales, someone to deal with marketing, someone to deal with communicating with the group as a whole. Number 8, communication is everything. This event brought together 8 creators. The difference between us meeting up at the weekend and making a YouTube video together versus doing an event is that everybody needs to be up to speed when you're doing an event. So that meant we were ringing the guys 2 or 3 times a week, giving them updates on stuff. You can't just make decisions for yourself because you're working as a team. That communication also goes to the people who've bought the tickets. So I was running the emails for anybody who had bought tickets for Clash of the Clickbait. I'd send them out about once a week, just giving people updates on how to get to the venue or answering any questions people would be sending us in our DMs. I always feel like if you give someone a very good customer experience for your events or your freelance videography or anything like that, they're more likely to want to come back to your next event. Make sure you capture your content. There's no point putting on an event if you don't capture the content properly so you can wrap it up and do another one that's bigger and better. So I got my best friend Sean Duke to make a promo video. It was sick. I got Matthew Rosenell to take photographs. He's a good friend from UCD. And then we had Danny and Connor from Leighton's digital marketing business to capture more content. And Ben Brady was following us around so we'd have content for our vlogs. So now all of a sudden, not only do we have a great event, but we have post-event content that we can post about, that we can put in our YouTube videos, that we can pitch to sponsors for the next one if we want to go bigger and better. So capturing the content of the day is super key, and make sure you put in people there who you trust will capture that well. And lastly, really give a shit about your audience, because if you care about them, you answer their DMs, you be creative about how you put on the event, you're very forward and happy and give them your energy on the day, they'll forgive any little mistakes you make. And I think ultimately it's the passion you put behind something that is way more important than what you do. We were super delighted with Clash the Clickbait. It really couldn't have gone any better. Are we gonna do another one? Absolutely. Myself and Dara are gonna do a debrief this week and I guess chat with the lads and see where we want to take it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Gonna be back in this YouTube grind now that the event is over. Getting stuff out to you once a week. But yeah, super excited to be back. Okay, love you guys lots. See you next week. Peace.